Okay, hopefully I'm actually doing this correctly. I don't normally do live streams whatsoever. So, hey everybody, what's going on? SacredGuard here, and right now we are going to be taking a look at the Monster Girl Quest Paradox final chapter trailer. I saw a little bit of it, however, I stopped about maybe 20 seconds in when it was first posted back on the original channel. I'm looking at this over at Secretive Plotter, so that I can actually be able to look at it with the English subtitles. Just go ahead and turn those on. And I see right here, Monster Girl Quest RPG Trilogy is finally complete. Alright, so I have no idea what I'm going to be getting myself into. All I just know is that, thank goodness, we're finally getting something out of this. We're finally getting something. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay, so let's go ahead and check this out, shall we? Alright. Girls. I should probably turn that down. That's actually really loud in my ear. 220 jobs, 270 races to choose from. Wealth of skills to add color to your adventures. Countless worlds created by the Paradox. Mystery surrounding Luca finally brought to light. Great decision that will divide your fate. With Saya and that one angel. Oh. Celestial Realm, a world ruled by Goddess Ilias. Okay. So I already know about majority of that. Shamaria, Granbaria, Alma, Tamamo. Alright. Vacation plan. Enter Celestial Realm ruled by Ilias. Wait, so is this if I side with the monsters? Mass-produced clones of Luca. Hold up. Oh yeah, I can actually see it. Like if you look closely at it, like you can actually see them look. They look just like Luca when like he's just laying down or whatever, or if he's like sleeping or knocked out. Okay. Assassins from the moon, hostile to angels. And these are supposed to be the new archangels, I remember correctly. Aurelia. Sariella. Now, I don't know if most of these actually have names related to some of the angels in, like, Christian... Like, Metatron, Sandalphon, and Gabriel. Yeah, I see them. Then we got Michaela. And Lucifina, who are based off Michael and Lucifer, respectively. And then Ilias. Okay. Can never be part of your deeds. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, first off, killer art. I like that. I like that a lot. Oh, man. Sorry, you'll have to excuse me, Lord of Luncheon. I'm not used to live streaming whatsoever. What happened to it before was that I was mostly trying to get everything set up, and I had no idea what the heck I was doing. So, okay, what is this? Like nice art. First off, what the heck is happening here? What is happening to his arm? Granbaria facing off with Demiurge. Trump card binding is complete. Destroyer of Heaven. Whoa. World ruled by Dark Goddess Alephys. Okay, so this must be if I side with the angels. Yeah. Data Lost. Heinrich and Alma. Mephisto, Chrome, and 3 Edens. Because, you know, as if 1 Eden wasn't enough, as if she wasn't already the 3rd, now our Eden actually is the 3rd Eden. But which one of them is actually the third? Who knows? Xeon Gnosis. Carry forward the Goddess's Ark project. A strange railroad stretching through the demon realm. Infiltration operation in women's clothing. What? Wait a minute! In parallel worlds, there are also people we've seen before. I had no idea who that is. Okay. Minagi. Ugh. At least I know Paradox would do a better job with her than it did with the OVA. Kanade. Hiruko. Oh boy. I can't wait. I really can't wait. And Saya. And of course, there's Alaphiz herself, the first. Oh, goodness gracious. Judgment. Judgment of Hell. Okay. And this... Alright. So, we already see what can end up transpiring when, we can already see what's going to transpire when we either join, either Alice, side with Alice, obviously, and help Saya with her goals, and also see what happens if we side with that one Archangel and go through with their goals. From there on, we already know two paths. Now we're going to be taking a look at what is apparently the third path, which I'm guessing is going to be the path of chaos. But I have some thoughts about this already before all of this ends. So we're just going to take a look from here on, because I want to share what I have to. I'm getting too excited. I can't even think straight. I'm not even talking properly. I'm sorry to all y'all who are paying attention to this, but oh boy. And I'm sorry for any noise that you guys may hear in the background. I'm currently not home alone right now, but I honestly couldn't wait to try to be able to share my thoughts on all of this, because we've been waiting for Paradox Part 3 for what, how many years? 4 years maybe. So this is great. This is great. Reaper, Kagetsumugi, Black Alice, Nero, and Neris. Yeah. Truth Seekers fighting against Chaos' phenomena. Both Promisines, Lacroix, Laplace, Brynhild, and whoa! Wait a minute. 16 Phenomena of Ruination, number 12. The ultimate rampaging weapon created by the goddess. Mission: Extinguish Civilization. Magatsu Omikami. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Oh boy, goodness gracious. Alright, but that other one that said Sigdrifa. Brynhild is supposed to be a reference to Brunhild, so Sigdrifa, I forget what the actual reference is. But I believe they're named after Valkyries? I think they're named after Valkyries, if I recall correctly, so... Ooh, man. I'm honestly, very happy with all of this. Potential tragic futures, hope coming from the future. The girl who doesn't exist. Oh, that's too many Sonias. Puppeteer from beyond operating on the scenes. Oh, goodness. There's so much happening all at once right now, just from these images alone. Oh, boy. Okay. Wow. Okay, so there's I'm gonna end up having to go back and look at this again on my own because there's so much that I still need to try to wrap my head around. Okay, so there's no lore videos being able to explain what's going on, and personally, like, if we want to be able to try to explain everything that's going on in the series, we would literally have to start all the way back from the visual novel, or at least like talk about stuff that could have happened before the visual novel actually starts, leading up to the visual novel, and then going into Paradox, because Paradox is supposed to be like the sequel, but certain events that happen in the sequel take place either before, after, or in between events that are happening in the main game. At this point, like, it feels like it's going down a Kingdom Hearts-ish route, because like what they did with Kingdom Hearts 2.8, when you end up playing as Aqua, find out what happened with Aqua, and she still ends up getting thrown back into the realm of darkness before the Kingdom Hearts 1 actually ends. Okay, so from what I could barely see anything in the static. However, thankfully, I did have some friends in a Discord server who did manage to be able to go out of their way to capture at least like bits of these phenomena that are apparently going to be important to the story. So he wasn't able to get all of them, but he managed to be able to get some of them. So he managed to be able to get like 3, 6, all the way up to 16. So we have number 3, an unidentified extra-dimensional colony of encroaching tentacles of unknown origin, dimensional invader. Number 6, the strongest and most atrocious in history, the erased first of the 6 ancestors, Kyoryu. Now, we already know who the 6 ancestors are, so if this one is supposed to be erased, does that mean that they were an original version of one of the other 6? Or was this a prototype of the 6 before actually starting the 6? Either way, that's very interesting, and I'm actually curious as to who she is and what she's all about. Now, for those of you who don't know, Ryu in Japanese translates to dragon. So I'm assuming that this Kyoryu has something to do with the dragon species. And some folks have speculated that Saya is actually the progenitor of the dragon race. But if Torotor Resistance is going out of the way to say that there actually was another that they don't talk about anymore, then this Kyoryu could actually be the progenitor of the dragon race. Number 7, the cosmic wave of life that scorches planets and returns them to Samsara, Dark Phoenix. I actually forgot to look up what Samsara is. But returns them to Samsara. Now, I believe that it has something to do with ancient Egypt, like something related to Egypt or desert. I'm not sure. But I think it's like their version of heaven or the underworld. Number 8, the supreme mage who has reached the truth and brings about a world of chaos, the all-knowing. Now, this, from my perspective, comes as no surprise, because there's only one all-knowing that we're all aware of, and that would be Sir Gideon Ofnir. Jokes aside, I'm not sure who this is. For all intents and purposes, this could be a woman. And it could be, I want to say that it may actually be, this is just speculation, but I want to say that it's Sonia's mother. That could be this all-powerful mage, because she was the mage, if I recall correctly, she was the mage in Marcellus's group. It was either her or Merlin. I'm not sure which, but I know Merlin turned to guns. So number 9, was it Merlin, Joe? Because I actually don't know. It's been so long since I've actually looked at anything regarding Marcellus. Because it might have been Merlin. It was probably Merlin. Number 9, the wings of destruction that returns history to oblivion. The star dweller guardian butterfly cosmos. Oh, guardian butterfly. Okay. Number 10, ruler of machina, the singularity of ultimate intelligence created by man. Singularity. Now, hopefully we don't get a I mean, it'll be interesting if we get like a GLaDOS or Shodan type thing going on with whoever this is. But it's gonna be like very like lewd, so that may end up causing some issues. There's probably some folks who are into that, but not me. Number 12, the ultimate. No, wait, I skipped. Flying from outer space, one who saw dreams of ruin in the depths of the sea, the Nameless. Number 12, the ultimate rampaging weapon created by the goddess. Mission extinguish civilization Magatsu Omikami. Okay, so the ultimate rampaging weapon. Now, the only weapons that I'm aware of, it wasn't created by the gods, but I think it was created by the ancestors. It was created by the ancestors during the Great Monster Wars. That was Omega Weapon. So this could also be like an additional weapon that was created, but this one was specifically created by either Alice the First, the Dark Goddess, or this was created by Ilias, and it was something that she hid away. I'm seeing what Blue Eclipse is saying about the other ones that I missed. Number 2, everything's original sin. Vortex of despair swallowing all. 7 deadly sins. 4, the ancient enticer, alluring snake that bewitches all things. Echidna. Hold on, that one actually sounds familiar because there was some. I think there was like some type of. It was like a snake demon of sorts that, like the name says, was an enticer, like a seducer of sorts. Number 5, she who submerges the world into the sea, the end mermaid of hatred and destruction, world drown. What, they're telling me there's actually a mermaid that hates humanity and everything else more than the mermaid queen? Are you serious? Okay. Oh, I'm interested in this, but at the same time, like, I'm also a little terrified. Number 13, the immortal antithesis of life, entomber of all living things, no life king. Oh, so it's Viego. Okay. Number 14, the infinitely proliferating gestalt hive mind, Beelzebub. Okay, now this one's actually easy for me to be able to connect to because Beelzebub was actually just another name for Beelzebub, or the Lord of Flies. So we're going to end up seeing, could this have actually been the original Beelzebub? Because that wouldn't make any sense, because we already have the 3 Beelzebubs that they did for the main games, and we already know how I reacted to those. So if this is supposed to be like the head Beelzebub, like their mother queen or what have you, or if this is even a male, male Beelzebub. Oh, that is not an image I want to have in my head. So if the female Beelzebubs have like multiple, oh no, don't. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about it. Oh my God, y'all did this to me. Okay, number 15, interstellar predator, devourer of entire planets, Star Eater, devourer of planets. So we're gonna have like a Galactus type threat getting involved in the series. That'll be very interesting. And that actually also makes me wonder what the H scene will look like with something like this, because this is supposed to be a devourer of planets. So that means that she's supposed to be ridiculously huge. And then finally, number 16, the strife of the three goddesses, returning the stars to embers, Jihad. Okay, Jihad. I actually had to do a little some deep digging for this, but apparently Jihad is like Islamic for holy struggle, which will make sense in context because the three goddesses, the goddess of light, goddess of darkness, and then the goddess of chaos, Black Alice, if they're all going to end up be fighting against one another in like this huge tri battle, then that in a sense is in itself is a holy struggle, because it's three goddesses. Despite their elements, they're still holy beings. So, alright, thought time. We already know that there's going to be 3 paths to take, because even chapter 2 hinted at something like that along those lines of being able to choose one of 3 paths. I am of the mind, however, to believe that there may actually be a 4th hidden path, because in one path you choose to fight alongside Ilias and the angels. In the other, you fight alongside the monster lord, the monsters, and the dark goddess. And in the 3rd path, which I'm not going to assume that you're fighting alongside Black Alice, but in a sense, like, you could slowly end up turning into her puppet along the way, and you won't even realize it, because we have some kind of like a new apoptosis that they created and put into the Labyrinth of Chaos that currently aptly goes by the name either Idea Lucas or Father of Chaos. I want to believe that the 4th path it's in relation to the 16th phenomenon. I will believe that the 4th path will actually have you pit against all 3 goddesses. Now, that in itself is a bit of a stretch, but it's something I want to believe could end up happening. Because while you do need to put Black Alice down, because generally speaking in the main trilogy, like, there is no 3rd goddess, and if there is, then she's like hidden away or possibly sealed away, defeated, or was defeated. And there is only the goddess of light, who is supposed to be slain, and then there's the goddess of darkness, who is sealed away, but now that Ilias is gone, that seal that was held over them would eventually end up breaking. I wouldn't believe that the 4th path will actually have you take down Black Alice. You may end up having to destroy Ilias again, just to keep back to the main timeline, and then make sure that the Dark Goddess stays sealed or gets resealed, because they're still supposed to be sealed up for the time being. But honestly, like, I'm mostly at a loss for words as to what can end up happening, because at this point the game can go anywhere. Toro and his crew already know what they're going to be doing. We, however, have no idea what's going to be happening. The trailer and whatever bits of data mining that some folks are able to do, that's all the information that we're going to be able to get. There is so much. There's so much that they end up showing, and I have no idea. Like, I have no idea what's going to be happening from this point on. From what I can tell, like, it's going to just be a straight up full-scale war. Sasuke Aizen. No, Aizen. He's still alive. The problem is, how is Lucas supposed to defeat Black Alice when she's the embodiment of chaos and come back from nothingness? Only something transcendent to the chaos could manage to do so. You are right about that. So if the 3rd path doesn't have you end up becoming like Black Alice's puppet, or at least maybe attempt to fight her. The other thought that I end up having in my brain is, what if Luca has to become the father of chaos? Because I do believe they actually they hinted at him being Judgment or World Breaker. I don't remember if anybody hinted at calling him Father of Chaos, but it could be possible that the Luca that we have, the Luca that we're playing as, is meant to become the Father of Chaos. So it's possible that the Father of Chaos honestly could be the only thing to be able to take down the Goddess of Chaos. Because even though we have Naruko, who is the elemental spirit of chaos, she's supposed to govern all of that, I don't believe that she has the power, on her own at least, to be able to take down or even try to rein in Black Alice. But I want to think that this Father of Chaos, who he's apparently supposed to be like some like major big deal. I think Paradox Luca is the Father of Chaos already and always has been, because the Father of Chaos and Apostles see time as a constant. He just hasn't realized it yet. So that would mean that he'd have to eventually like quote unquote awaken to that power as the Father of Chaos in order to be able to fight back. I suppose that would make sense. But if that's the case, then that probably means majority of the events that are actually happening in Paradox for the Father of Chaos have already happened and could actually be doomed to repeat itself unless everything is fixed. Oh God, I'm actually starting to get confused thinking about this. But it is possible, like you said, yeah, he could already be the Father of Chaos. So he is essentially Idea. Lucas, are you in the Monster Girl Quest translation Discord? I am not. I was in there for not for that one. Not for Paradox. No, I was in the Monster Girl Quest New Game Plus Discord, which, by the way, I still want to try to get back to, but I have no idea what is happening right now. I don't even know if Ecstasy is even planning on continuing that. But that is something I'm still waiting for. But it is possible that Luca is Idea's Luca just sealed, or at least like he hasn't tapped into that potential, which could also mean that, like when we got to be able to control Nero for the briefest moment in the first part of Paradox, we may actually have a chance at controlling Idea Lucas and being able to fight Black Alice. Part 3 is coming out in a few weeks. In a few weeks, you say? I still need to focus on doing the collab first before I actually try doing that. But that is something to think about. Oh, goodness. Do you think we get Dinosaur Girls? You know, that is actually something that we don't see much of in the Monster Girl universe, is Dinosaur Girls, because we have all these snakes and centaurs, birds and whatnot, but I don't think we have dinosaurs. There's plenty of dragons, but no dinosaurs. Have we seen the theory where Luca is also the descendant of Black Alice and Heinrich? Heinrich has been reconfirmed already. Part of me would actually want to believe that Luca could have been the descendant of Black Alice and Heinrich so much, but if I recall correctly, it's already been confirmed that Heinrich actually got with the Princess of Remina, and her descendants eventually end up leading to Marcellus and subsequently Luca. So Luca has the blood of Remina royalty in him, which, as interesting as that is, it's kind of dumb that Heinrich went and gave up the chance of being with a monster lord for the sake of getting with a plain old human princess. Like, okay, yes, like I would want to avoid the gaping jaws of death as much as any other man, but she she got so much else going on that could have easily looked past that. Also, hello Delta Studio. You actually missed me having my little live reaction to the Paradox Part 3 trailer. It was that the child was adopted into the royal family too. That is possible. Trailer how it resembles Logos Magia cut in where he channeled the power of chaos. This royal family could have easily said it was the princess and Heinrich's child. That makes sense. Wait, so if that's the case, let's say like the theory about Luca being related to Black Alice and Heinrich is true. Wouldn't that also mean that Luca by transition is Alice the 16th, like great uncle or whatever the heck? I mean, like Monster Girl Quest hasn't shied away from incest already because there's the H scenes with Michaela, Lucifina, and Ilias and Eden that you can be able to get into. And technically speaking, Luca is, in a sense, related to literally every other angel that Ilias has created because they all came from her. So, by that standard, literally every angel H scene that you get is Sweet Home Alabama. Oh, goodness. Did you see the reverse harem of Heinrichs that Black Alice had? No, I didn't. Wait, are you sure it was Heinrich? Hang on. Hold up. Oh my god, she actually did have a harem. Reverse harem. I mean, I mean, props to her to be able to get that many on her side. But they look more like Luca than they do Heinrich. I mean, okay, yes. Luca, Heinrich, and Marcellus, like, they look, like, too similar. But the face on these guys looks, like, fairly young, like, younger than Heinrich. So I want to say this is a reverse harem of Luca's. Like, so she's been going around into the multiverse collecting different versions of Luca. Looks more like Heinrich if you compare the art. I would pull up the files that I have to be able to find Heinrich's like standard art, but I would have to sift through a whole bunch of off-brand content that I cannot show while I'm here on YouTube right now. Otherwise, I will get banned, and I don't want that. But I'll actually have to go and take a look. I believe what you're saying. I'm inclined to believe what you're saying. But I don't know. Just to me, the face looks too young. Oh man. She do be rocking that throne though. Let's be real. Like she do rock. She's rocking it in that throne. And as much as I like her blonde hair, like liked her with the blonde hair more, I kind of like this mix of blonde and blue hair that she's got going on. So honestly, like this whole like goddess of chaos thing, it's working. It's working. Smash. Oh boy. There's like so much of what's happening. I saw like some of the art that they posted in here. Like they had art in here of freaking Grambaria and Marcellus like looking like they about to throw down. Do you have a Discord server or a tag? Yes, I do. I'm actually willing to give you guys my Discord tag. I mean, I'll end up after this video like gets fully posted once I'm done like rambling and whatnot. I do plan on like sharing my Discord tag with everyone, so that way if you guys want to be able to ask me more questions, or just want to talk with me personally, maybe share your thoughts about Monster Girl Quest and everything, then feel free to do so. Got more part 3 demo looking promising, or straight up creators of Brynhild in the future. Yeah, see, I had a feeling that Luca did, like, or at least a Luca created Brynhild, because the way she reacted to him and the fact that only he was able to activate her when we met her. I had no idea that Promisine had gotten involved, though. And now we've got this new one about to show up, this Sigdrafa, the name was called. What crossover would you like Monster Girl Quest to do? Ooh. See, that in itself is a bit of a toughie, because we already have the collab going on, so we already have this major crossover thing technically going on, and there's also the matter that eventually I have to go back and play Shrift and do the collab version over there, because I'm supposed to do the collab I'm doing right now in Paradox first, then jump back to Shrift, because if I did Shrift first and then this, the story wouldn't make any kind of sense, I was told. But eventually I got to go back and do that. But if there is a crossover that I would have actually loved Monster Girl Quest to do, I mean, if certain companies weren't like so against, or at least like so safeguarded in regards to certain types of content, I think I would have actually loved to see a Monster Girl Quest and Final Fantasy type crossover, because then we could be able to see some of the monsters that they had in Final Fantasy converted into Monster Girls, or even just have Luca face regular monsters as opposed to what he's used to, because it would be such a huge deviation from what Monster Girl Quest was all about. Monster Girl artists, are you looking forward to see? I want to see more of Setoichi, and I don't know their actual name, but I think that it's just another alias for Setoichi. It was FRFR, because I know they did something they did a few CGs for the original trilogy. Setoichi, FRFR. I don't want to see anything else from Delphinus, honestly, because it's like some of Delphinus's monsters, that I honestly can't end up putting into words. And honestly, I don't want to see any more Zelvi monsters either, because I'm fine with Riot. I'm fine with Radio. I don't mind Sonya, even though as a character I don't really care too much for her. And I think there was something else by Zelvi. No, Brynhild was made by Zelvi, I think, right? It was either Brynhild or I mean, I'm just gonna call her Hild. I liked Hild better. I think Zelvi made Hild, and I think he did Adramelech. If that's the case, then just those 5. Those are the only Zelvi-related creations that I can actually stand. Everything else is just pure nightmare fuel. Like, Zoe's nowhere to be seen. I doubt he's making more art for the game. Do you like the 4 new spirits? Oh, right! They didn't debut those in the trailer, did they? So I saw that they're going to end up adding in, 4 new spirits who, personality-wise, they seem to be vastly, the opposite, or at least mixed up compared to the other 4. The wind spirit seems to be more cold-hearted. The earth spirit is she seems like very like joyful. I think it's either the fire spirit or the water spirit that's quiet. I forget which, but I'm liking the look of these new spirits, and hopefully they're not going to be too busted when I actually get to fight them. Also, I know I basically like modded it in, but I kind of want them to bring back the original Angel Halo, so that way Luca like actually stands a chance. Honestly, like Nero shouldn't have taken it away to begin with. But then again, if we had something as powerful as Angel Halo to start with, it honestly wouldn't make the game any fun. It like take away the challenge. EX4 has extremely reading same level of near light from Arc Knights. Extremely text to read, much things to do. But yeah, I don't really have much else to say. I'm mostly gushing over like some of this artwork, especially this one, because for any of you who've already gone through the Labyrinth of Chaos, you guys know that this is World Breaker, and it looks like World Breaker is like firing some type of laser down to. I think he said he wants to destroy the world. So he could very well end up destroying the world of the Dark Goddess. No, not the Dark Goddess, of Ilias, after going along with the Dark Goddess's plan of unification. Because in some ways, in some ways, like they be like how they do it is that being destroyed and whatnot, like you return to one place, you return to like what they do in the Frenzied Flame ending of Elden Ring, return everything to the one great. Hello, Sergi Tim. Welcome to the stream. Stream's almost over, though. But by the time they give Angel Halo back, its stats will be weaker than normal weapons. That's true. It will be weaker than normal weapons, but it is possible that they can end up going out of their way to allow Angel Halo to be customizable. Or, no, not customizable. Well, technically customizable. The upgrade. See you later, Lunar Raptor, and thank you for coming. But it's possible they could let Angel Halo be customized in some way or modified the same way that they did the like with Luca's custom sword. Actually, technically speaking, it could be possible that even though Angel Halo was taken away from us, with the way the custom sword it keeps getting modified, we could very well end up making our own Angel Halo. And by endgame, that could be Luca's ultimate weapon up until you get stuff from the Labyrinth of Chaos. But it's possible that the game won't let us use Labyrinth of Chaos weapons outside of the Labyrinth of Chaos once Part 3 actually comes out. Oh, comes out in full anyway. Because we've already used... I already know some of you guys have probably already used the Labyrinth of Chaos weapons out both inside and outside of the Labyrinth of Chaos. It takes away so much of the challenge. It takes away so much of the challenge. Like, you basically just become a straight-up god. They seal Labyrinth of Chaos weapons for Part 3. I know they seal away the Labyrinth of Chaos weapons for the sake of the collab, but if they're gonna seal them away for Part 3, then that'll also be good, because then like the players will actually have to try to be skillful in doing some stuff. Like, you'll actually have to take into consideration how much you grind, how many items that you manage to have on hand, who you bring into the party, this, that, and the third. But I am looking forward to whatever they do for Part 3. Because just from the images and the trailer alone, I can already tell we are going to be in for a lot. But I've already used up too much time, and there are other things I have to take care of. I would love to keep talking about this more. So like I said, I'm going to end up leaving my Discord tag in the comments after this video goes up. And I'll pin it so that way you guys can be able to see it immediately when you go look into the comments section. And if you guys are willing to talk, then I am more than willing to be able to share my thoughts about Monster Quest, what I may think, what I want to see, or anything that you guys would be willing to talk about related to Monster Quest, Shrift, or anything of the like. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.